Hey, thank you so much for buying the 540 door grip. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to assemble it and how to use it on your Jeep. All right, let's do it. Okay, so this is what you'll find in the box. The handle, 3 vacuum mounts, 3 bolts, and 3 washers. And you'll also need a 9/16 wrench to tighten the bolts, or a 9/16 socket with a ratchet. Either one works. So the way I like to set this up is to go ahead and set the vacuum mounts under all the mounting holes. And these little finger pumps here, these outer ones I like to put facing inward, and the one in the corner here I like to put facing outward. Okay, so I'll show you exactly how that looks. So this one's facing kind of at a 45-degree angle, and this one's facing inward, and this one's facing inward. Okay, so all you'll do is take the bolt, take a washer, stick it in there, and go ahead and thread it into the threads on top of the vacuum mount. Super, super easy. And man, it is cold here today in Chattanooga. It is 37 degrees and somehow it's snowing. It's not freezing, but it's snowing. So, not right now, but earlier. So, I am ready for some springtime weather, man. I'm ready for some top off weather. Top off and doors off. Okay, so we got those. Got those guys hand tight. You want to take your wrench and you'll want to just turn them until they get seated, and then just go like an 1/8 of a turn to snug them up. Don't go too tight or you'll strip them out. Okay, so snug them down and do like a, not even 1/8 of a turn, even less than that. Snug it down and then like short turn. Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot. And then this is your assembled door removal handle. That's it. All right, so this is how it works. This is your assembled door grip. One of the most important things I can show you is these dust covers on the back. Each vacuum mount has a dust cover. This needs to always stay on the vacuum mount when it's not being used, okay? So take them off to put it on the door, and when you're not using it, put these back on, okay? And this door grip is for temporary use only. So it's not something you want to put on the door and keep it there. You want to just attach it, use it, and then take it off, okay? All right, so now we have the dust covers off, and we can attach it to the door. Before we attach it though, we want to make sure the paint is very clean. If it's dirty, then there will be dirt between the vacuum mount and the paint. So if there's dirt in between there, then the dirt's going to scratch the paint, okay? This won't scratch the paint, but the dirt will scratch the paint. So we want to make sure the paint is always clean, okay? And we want to put the window down in the door so the weight's low in the door. And we want to pull the bolts out of here and also disconnect the electrical connector and the limiting strap inside. Okay, so once you have that ready to go, we can now put this on the door. So for locating it, you can put it lower on the door if you're shorter, or higher if you're taller, whatever's good for you. But you want to make sure it's close to the hinges, because you're going to be lifting the weight off the hinges. So you don't want to be out here lifting it off. You want to be closer to the hinges. That makes sense? So first off, you're going to find the spot you want it. Make sure it's pretty even and level. Push it against the door, and then you want to put pressure on the vacuum mount so the cup makes complete seal around the door, and then push on it and pump this maybe like 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Now it's partially attached, okay? Go to the top one, do the same thing. Push on it, pump the finger pump maybe like 5 or 7 times, and then go to this one, push on this, and pump this maybe like 5 or 7 times, somewhere in there. So now all 3 of them are partially attached. Now you'll go through each of them and pump them until you can't pump them anymore. So each one of these, I'm not sure if you can see it, has a white line indicator on each vacuum mount. You want to make sure you pump it until those disappear, okay? Let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so these are fully attached now, okay? I can't pump them anymore. And before you take off with the door, I want you to just look at these finger pumps to make sure they're not moving, okay? So if you have something in the way of allowing them to seal against the door, then these little finger pumps are gonna start pulling out, right? Because that's not sealed correctly. So before you get too anxious to pull the door off, just sit back and just look at these for a second and make sure they're not moving. Does that make sense? So when you pump these finger pumps, you want to make sure they go in and they stay in. If they start creeping out, then you have something on the door or on the cup that's keeping it from sealing, okay? So once these are good to go, now you can open the door up all the way and pick it off the hinges and take it to wherever you're going to go with it, okay? Let's move the camera so you can see this a little bit more. All right, so let's open the door up all the way. You don't want to open it here, then you might bang the hinges. You want to open it up all the way, okay? Hope you guys can see that pretty clearly. And then you can grab this however you feel like. You're going to be grabbing it here, right? I'm just going to show you from here. You can grab it on the main bend here. If you're shorter and you have to grab it here, you can do that. You can grab it here and here, like whatever is comfortable for you. People are different, so I like to grab it. I like to grab the main bend here and here, and it also kind of keeps your hand from sliding here, kind of an added benefit. So once it's open, now you can pull the door off the hinges. You see how easy that is? So this is the benefit of having this, is your face is right in the hinges. So when you go to put it back on, you just nice and patient, no rush, and it drops back in. If you were trying to grab the door like this and the hinges are over here, then it makes it harder to line it up. But since you're grabbing it like this, and even this could be out of the way too, but since you're like this, your face is right in the hinges. So it makes it super easy to put it back on. So if you're putting your door back on, now you can close it, and then to release it, each one of these vacuum mounts has a little rubber tab on each of them. All you do is just pull on that and it releases. You see that? Pull on it, release, pull on it, release, and that's it. And if it leaves a little mark on your door from the cup, just wipe it off with a towel. It's not gonna leave a permanent mark. So for the JK on the rear door, you can put it here, or you can put it here at an angle like this. Either one works fine. On the JL, there's a dip right here, so you cannot put it in this position. It has to go here. Okay, it has to go here in the JL. But both of these on the JK work just fine, just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and put it right here. Make sure it's on a flat surface. You guys are gonna love this. It's so cool. And again, I'm going through and just putting pressure on the cup so it makes contact with the door. Put pressure on it, pump it maybe like 5 times, pressure 5 times, pressure 5 times. Okay, so it's on there now. Now you want to go through again and pump up every single one of these until that white line disappears. Okay, super important. Now that's on there, you'll want to, again, the glass is down. I've already disconnected the limiting strap inside and also the wire for the electrical stuff. So you want to open the door, open it far enough to where this clears it. Okay, so open the door and off it comes. That's it. Okay, and when you approach the door to put it back on, this is the beauty part. See, your face is right where the hinges are at. So come in nice and slow, no rush. Line them up, line them up, and drop it in, and that's it. And that is it. That's it. That's how you use the door grip. If you have any questions, please email me or text me or message me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help you. But that's how easy it is. Again, thank you so much for your order. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.